Hi everybody, foXnoMad here, and today I want to help you travel smarter. So imagine a world where you can speak in your language to somebody who doesn't speak the same language. They would hear in their language when you speak in your language. So let's say, for example, you meet somebody on the street that speaks only Spanish, and you don't speak any Spanish, you just speak English, but when you say hello, in their ear, they hear hola. A fictional technology that showed how this could work was best demonstrated on Star Trek, where all the aliens seem like they're speaking English, but in the show's universe, they're actually speaking their own alien languages. They, however, have a tiny device embedded in their ears called a universal translator that converts what they're hearing into their own language.
Did you understand a word of that?
Our universal translators must be malfunctioning.
And these are the Timekettle WT2 Plus AI real-time translating earbuds. They're a very interesting step toward a universal translator, but they aren't as seamless or as convenient or as elegantly designed as what you see on Star Trek, but they are perhaps a glimpse into that future. Timekettle are a company based out of China that make a variety of translating devices, some you plug into your phone, and a couple of different translating earbuds. These WT2 are their latest version and come in two colors, white or this gray. The WT2 case is kind of this eggshell shape that's about the size of an egg, but a little bit flatter. They're bordering on pocketable, meaning they'll fit in larger pockets, but could be tight in really slim jeans. The WT2 are pretty light as well, weighing only a little less than most modern smartphones. Otherwise, around the exterior, this is a pretty nondescript case. There's a W and a T as part of the logo, which do light up and flash at varying rates to indicate how much battery life is left. And honestly, those flashing lights are a little bit complicated to understand and remember all those flashes and what they mean. So just keep in mind that each earbud gives you about 3 to 5 hours of battery life. And when you charge the case up full via micro USB, then you'll get about an extra 15 hours of battery life. Also, another thing that I want to note is when you go to Timekettle's website and you go to the page for the WT2, there aren't a lot of specs or technical information listed there. Now, these aren't the kind of earbuds where sound quality is really important. They're not really designed for high quality sound audio, so you're probably not going to be digging through technical specs. But for me, as a consumer, when I'm shopping around for a product, I like to see the specs and technical information and know what's powering the device that I'm going to get. And if you're like that as well, you probably will be a little bit disappointed that they haven't put that on the WT2's page of specs, but it's not a huge deal, just something I wanted to note. Okay, back to the buds. When you charge the case, it stays in this clamshell to charge both sides of the case. See, the WT2 case opens up sort of like cracking an egg. Hey, we started the egg analogy, so we're going to go with that. So you pull apart these two sides, which are held together by magnets, to reveal two translating earbuds inside. The magnets are firm with the solid click when closed, and I like the magnet placement of the case because when you open it up, it conveniently keeps both sides together, so you have less to worry about dropping or holding both sides of the case with two hands. But at the same time, it's really easy to put the case back together backwards, so you'll get a flashing light on the W when you do that, but it's something that I did quite often, more often than I would expect. So just be sure that you're putting the W and the T together so you're charging the case every time. Now looking at the WT2 Plus AI real-time translating earbuds, they're recognizably earbuds for sure, but they've got longer and thicker stems than most regular earbuds like AirPods. This dialog box logo flashes white when they're in the case charging and green for when they're ready to connect via Bluetooth to your phone. Although they're big, the WT2 aren't particularly heavy when you're wearing them, but the rubber ear tips they come with don't really help matters. They are flexible, but the opening doesn't quite line up with the earbud's small speaker grill, oddly covering it up a bit. The ear tips aren't a very comfortable fit, and the earbuds keep wanting to fall out, and I had to be pretty careful about wearing these when walking around. You can still hear the audio fine from these earbuds, even though the tip is oddly covering up that speaker grill, and I think this is where Timekettle really just wanted to cut costs. These aren't cheap earbuds, and if there's a place they could cut the cost, it was in these ear tips. But another place where they've done a lot better job is with the touch sensor that's actually on the translating earbuds themselves. And that's what these WT2 earbuds are all about, translating. They don't play music, and you can't use them as regular earbuds to listen to podcasts, YouTube, or anything else. These are translating earbuds that have 3 different modes capable of translating around 40 languages and several dialect variations with the help of the Timekettle app you need to download. Within the app, you have 3 different modes: Simul, Touch, and Speaker. You'll need a network connection, either Wi-Fi or cellular, for translating, all except for about 7 languages like Spanish and Chinese, which can be downloaded for offline use. Now, when you fire up the app, you see those 3 options listed, and Simul mode, which is the closest to Star Trek's Universal Translator ideal, is where 2 people wear one of the earbuds. The owner of the earbuds has to have the Timekettle app downloaded on their phone, which you need for all of the modes. Once you've downloaded the Timekettle app, you open it and put it into Simul mode, and then in theory, you shouldn't need your phone out anymore. Through the Timekettle app, you set the language that you're going to speak and that the person is going to understand, and then you start speaking, and the earbuds should translate them in close to real time. And this is how Simul mode is supposed to work. Basically, you take the case, open it, and then you give one end to a friend, or in this case, my father, who's going to help me test. You give one of the earbuds to the other person, they put it in their ear, and I'm going to put this one in my ear. Now, we're going to use English and Turkish, ideally in a test, right? Like we wouldn't know what each other is saying, but this will maybe give us a chance to kind of test out whether the translations are good or not. And yeah, these don't fit terribly well, right? Like they don't fit well. All right, so the first thing is we fire up the app. So now I'm going in the app into Simul mode. So now here's one thing that you have to do. It doesn't really tell you which one is set to English and which one is set to Turkish. So it's reversed now. So now I have to reverse it. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so the translation is not bad, but it takes a few seconds to totally translate it.
Evet, birkaç saniyeden biraz fazla.
Do you think this is something people would actually use, or it's too slow? Do you think,
Bence kullanabilir. Yani hiç İngilizce bilmiyorsa kullanabilir.
Okay, close. It's close. And you can see all the translations here. So this is the English part, and this is the Turkish part. So like I can see what's gonna be translated. Okay, not bad for a first test. It actually works. Translates Turkish pretty good.
Evet, hatta aksan da fena değil.
Okay, it kind of got stuck on my side. So the translation is not coming to me now. Okay, it didn't quite get that translation. It's working again now. So yeah, a few seconds delay and everything is on the screen. So all the text and basically all the dialogue, the text that you're seeing at the bottom of the screen, I'm pulling right off of the phone. I'm not doing that translation, just so you can see what the phone is actually translating and what we're hearing. Now, this is kind of a test of a long text. So I want to see if it can translate me talking for this long of a time. Let's see if it works.
Çevirdi, işe de yarıyor galiba.
But it didn't translate all the things I said. So we're going to try the touch mode, which basically is for noisy situations where you click once to speak and then the other person will click twice to hear the translation. So this is like if there's a bunch of people talking in a cafe, then this will only pick up what I'm saying in theory. So if I click this once, hello, how are you?
Evet, iyiyim. Teşekkür ederim. Sen nasılsın?
I don't know if I like the touch mode. I don't think it's as easy to use. Well, you just forgot to click and that didn't record what you were saying.
Şimdi nasıl? Şimdi unutmadım. Evet, belki demin unutmuş olabilirim.
Is the translation good in Turkish?
Fena değil. Evet, anlaşılıyor.
All right, so now we're going to try the last mode, which is phone mode, where basically you just keep the earbud in your own ear and the other person just listens through the phone. So we don't need this for the speaker mode. So basically, I'm going to talk normal and it should come through the phone.
Yani temelde normal konuşacağım ve bu telefondan gelmeli.
Now you click on this side. So just tap this side.
Here.
Yeah.
Şimdi duyabiliyor musun?
What happened 3 months? You're district.
Hoparlör modunun biraz daha çalışmaya ihtiyacı olduğunu düşünüyorum.
Okay, now I just have a few more questions just to test out the speaker mode. Who is your favorite child? Why is Fenerbahçe the best Turkish football team?
Yanlış. En iyi futbol takımı Galatasaray.
So the speaker mode is definitely the worst mode. Like it translates the slowest. The translations aren't quite accurate and it takes time. But I imagine like if you're at a cafe and you don't know the language, you can just put this and say like, I want a large coffee, and then the other person would understand you if you couldn't order. So maybe that's kind of useful, but right? Not bad.
Evet, evet hiç fena değil. Yabancı bir ülkeye gittiğin zaman rahatlıkla derdini anlatabilirsin.
So yeah, I think Simul mode is the best mode, the most fluid mode, but you then have to give your earbud to somebody else. So if you don't know the other person, you probably wouldn't want to just hand them an earbud. The touch mode is confusing to use, and the speaker mode is probably the most practical mode, but it's not the best translation. So I'm curious what you thought of that demonstration. To me, this is a really cool concept that's still in the very early stages, and for a few reasons. The first is that in Simul and touch mode, you've got to give one of the earbuds to another person. So if you know the person well enough to give them an earbud, chances are you probably have a few words in common, or at least this is not a situation where you're going to give it to a stranger on the street to be able to talk to them, to ask directions, or you're not going to give this to a barista in a foreign country to be able to translate your order. That's where speaker mode might come in, but speaker mode is a little bit more sensitive to the outside sounds around it, and it's not as good in noisy environments, so there are those things which are working against it. There is also this sort of odd cadence that you speak when you're using the translating earbuds that I noticed that I kept getting into, and it's not necessary. I mean, the app does do a good job translating when you just speak normally. There's something about seeing the words on the screen and just knowing that it's being translated, and the added delay to the Timekettle app. You know that it's going to take 3 to 5 seconds for the other person to hear. It makes you slow down. And on top of that, one other thing that I would add is that you can't really speak in full paragraphs. Like I couldn't do this entire video and then have it translated for you through the app. It's only going to catch about 2, maybe 3 sentences of text before it actually starts translating. If you speak a lot more than that, the app does capture it, but it doesn't send the entire translation over to the other person. So could there be scenarios where this would come in handy? Yeah, like if you host exchange students, or maybe you have cousins that live abroad that you can't communicate with, or you want to teach your child another language. There are a lot of different scenarios where I find that this could potentially be useful. But in the cases where you just need to talk to somebody real quick and ask directions, or ask them, does this food have milk in it, or whatever that you're trying to translate, those cases, it's probably not going to be too useful, at least the way it's designed now. I think where the real strength of this whole setup with these earbuds, the case, and the app is the app itself. So if you could just download the app, and then anybody with any old earbuds or even through their phone could hear a translation of what you were saying, and that was taking place through the app, maybe you could connect the apps via Bluetooth or something like that, then I think this would be a lot more useful rather than carrying around dedicated hardware just for translation. That's when you get closer to that Star Trek ideal, where I can just talk to you on the street no matter what language I speak, and you're going to understand that no matter what language you speak. Otherwise, this is going to remain a very niche product for a very select few group of people, unless there's a scenario I could see like a big company like Apple just buying up or incorporating something like this into iOS and into their AirPods, for example, and then a lot more people have access to it, then it's going to be a lot more useful, rather than having dedicated hardware just for one specific translating function that not everybody is likely to have, and you're probably not going to want to give somebody else one of the other earbuds. It's still a very early technology, and having that 2 to 3 second delay for the translation isn't very effective for actual communication unless you happen to have clients or employees or people that you speak with on a regular basis where you want to kind of take your conversation to the next level beyond just a few common words. Then maybe this would be handy. But chances are in those situations, you would already know enough common words, or just have a human translator, or maybe just use a Google translator for a document. You'd probably use those tools in those cases until the kinks can get ironed out and that conversation can be really seamless with the translation just happening in close to real time. WT2 earbuds are a step toward the Star Trek Universal Translator, but they are just that. They are just a step. They're not quite the Star Trek future that the Universal Translator had envisioned. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions about the WT2 or if this is a technology you might consider using. Let me know down in the comments below. And while you're down there, hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'll have new videos for you every week, and I will see you in the next video.